Hello and welcome back to FFANY Trend Watch. I am really excited today because I have two of the most amazing colleagues by my side to talk about FFANY and what's to come and what we're looking at for 2026. But first, I'd like to start with some introductions. So I will throw it to you, Christie, and then Jolie to introduce yourselves.
Thank you so much, Sandi. We're excited to be here with you today. My name is Christie Horan. I am the marketing and media coordinator at FDRA, and I'm excited to get into the trends today.
Cool. And I'm Jolie Gracia. I am the marketing and events coordinator here at FDRA.
Awesome. Great. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it, Christie. I'm excited to talk a little bit about what we're seeing around the country today and what we think is going to have momentum into next year. So, Christie, let's start with our first slide.
All right, let's start with it. So first off, we have mules and loafers. This is something that we've been seeing a lot this year, especially for not only fashion, but a lot of comfort. And I'm in DC, so I've been seeing it a lot around the streets. Even when people come to fitness classes and go out to dinner, it's kind of a style that has been transitional from at-home wear to even casual dinners. What about you, Sandi?
Absolutely. I feel like mules and loafers are everywhere. Not that they're replacing a sneaker, but they're definitely a little bit more elevated. People are wearing them to dinner. It's easy to slide on. And I love the fact that the mules and the loafers are all made of like beautiful, soft, supple materials and fabrics, so that it's a little bit of an easier, kind of an easier thing to slide into coming from slippers and sneakers. It's not going right into a stiletto or high boot, but it's really something easy to wear. It's fashionable. Both men and women are really drawn to wearing mules and loafers. And I'm interested to hearing what you have to say, Jolie, about this trend.
No, yeah, like I think I've seen it heat up more among middle-aged women recently. I think in the past I saw a lot of men wearing it, but I agree, like they're comfortable, easy to slide on. It can go casual with a lot of things too. I've seen people dress it up casually or business casual, kind of in that sense. So I think they're pretty popular and here to stay.
Well, you're not seeing it. You say that you've seen it a lot in women. And kind of at that middle age, but you haven't really seen younger women drawn to this kind of loafer or mule, or like the Row has like pretty awesome mules that like have really taken on this trend by storm. Have you seen that where you are, Jolie?
I have, but I have seen it more among like middle-aged women. I've seen it like kind of like dibble and dabble a little bit among younger women, but I'm seeing it more in like middle-aged women for sure.
Understood. Okay, cool.
I would say in DC, it definitely is a transitional shoe for young professionals. So I have seen it a lot on like walking the streets of DC, or even, like I said earlier, like kind of coming to the gym if they're going to take off their shoes for a class or something like that. So they go straight from work to the gym and then home. So I think it's something that all ages are wearing.
Very cool. Let's see what you have next, Christie.
All right. Next up, timeless Mary Janes and ballet flats. I love these probably because I have a ballet background, but I love them now that they're super popular. I know, Sandi, you talk a lot about the T-strap as well and the Mary Janes. And then you can also add the embellishments to the strap, to the sides. Something that I saw over the summer a lot here in DC, a lot of women wearing the mesh ballet flats. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that transition into fall too? Or do you think it's more of like that suede material?
Oh, that's a tough call. Jolie, what do you see?
I've seen them everywhere, honestly. Like, I think they're super popular. They're definitely my go-to right now. You can always throw them on with like jeans, slacks, anything business casual. And I'm in North Carolina, so I think it's kind of like a good bridge because we're still in that in-between season before things get really cold and we pull out all the boots. So I see them. I like them.
Right. I think they're great for fall. I mean, definitely the suedes are where I'm seeing everything happening right now, but I'm also seeing velvets and these like really cool fabrics and the crystal embellishments like we're talking about, and the buckles and the straps and the bows. Like, it's all about how to kind of make it a little bit more unique, and definitely different on the toe shape too. I see them a little bit, some of them, as we see here, some of them are a little bit pointy. We see some of the more rounded ones and some of the like the squarish toe box. But I think that you can't go wrong with a Mary Jane or a ballet flat. Like you said, Jolie, in the day or in the night, you can still wear them with skirts and dresses, and it's still really cute. What else do we have, Christie?
Okay, next we have boat shoes. So making a big comeback. I know I was saying I used to see these a lot like 10, 15 years ago at college football tailgates, particularly worn by men. So now we're seeing it both in men and women. Right here we have the women's boat shoe with the fringe. And then a lot of men just wearing the classic style, but that Americana style is strong. It's coming back. We're seeing it a lot on the streets of DC, but I'm sure you all are seeing it too in your areas too.
For sure, for sure. I'm coastal Carolina, kind of tiptoeing around that line. I feel like they never really went out of style in that sense. I see guys wear them very casually. I also see them wearing them like when they're dressing up with a nice polo, business casual, lots of versatility. So yeah, I don't think they ever really went out of style down here in North Carolina.
So interesting. I've been waiting for this comeback for boat shoes for such a long time, from the Sperry boat shoes that I remember, or the LL Bean boat shoes that I remember growing up. And that preppy Americana, Ralph Lauren, as we're showing here with some of the apparel that just screams, preppy style. But now it's like with the little fringe or the laces or things like that, just make it a little bit more fun. But I really love this style. The rugby shirt is back, of course, and that's coming on strong, and that's completing the look. I'm a fan. I'm glad it's back. And I see a lot of the big fashion brands doing this, head to toe look. So I love it. I'm here for it. I definitely think it's going to be strong in 2026 as well.
I love it too. Something that I'm seeing a lot of young women wear around here and leaning into that preppy style is like the skirts, the flowy skirts with the boat shoe with like a V-neck sweater or something like that. So I think it's here to stay as well. All right. Next up, we have sneakers and trainers. So we've been seeing, it's a fun one. It's a fun one. And Sandi, you were talking a lot about how we're seeing lots of pops of color this season.
That's right, because I think that the neutral trend and this like romanticized bohemian look has been around for a long time, for the last year or so, and I love it. I love the neutrals, the supple leathers and the tan. I love that. But now we're really getting into chocolate browns and that burgundy color, mixed together with pops of color on the trainers. Still a low profile sneaker, definitely a little bit more sleek, a little bit of that retro feel. And yes, the Adidas Samba and a lot of the classics are still here, but I definitely think that people are ready for some fun. So I'm showing some colorways. I've seen some really bright reds and pinks and yellow and gold and green. I see that everywhere. So I just love this trend. Jolie, what do you think about this?
I mean, I think sneakers will always be popular. They're casual, they're comfortable. I don't think they're ever going to go away. But I do agree. I've seen a lot more colors. Just, I think people kind of like to use shoes as a little bit more of like a statement point. Like I've seen people wear all black and then they have, like you said, maybe just a bright yellow sneaker and just let the sneaker shine for itself. So yeah, I don't think they're going anywhere. I'd be very surprised if sneakers went out of style.
I agree. I also think that because denim has become such the focal point of what people are wearing, that the sneakers can be a great complement to that. So like you said, Jolie, people wear all black or they wear all denim and then they have like a really fun sneaker. I think that's just really super cool. Here in New York, you can't go wrong with any of these different style sneakers. I just think that we're kind of moving away from that all white, classic shoe. I think people are ready to have a little bit more fun here.
More fun, more expression, kind of show their personality in a shoe, not necessarily like you're saying their entire outfit, but letting the shoe speak for themselves.
For sure.
All right, next up we're transitioning from sneakers into heels. So we have barely there heels and stilettos. We've been seeing a ton of influencers, celebrities wear those barely there heels. And that means maybe just like a baby strap across the front of the foot. Slingbacks are huge. I'm seeing those everywhere on Instagram, online, in the city. And this is something that I personally would wear out to dinner with jeans, that denim, and then a nice sleek heel. Jolie, do you see this a lot in North Carolina?
For sure. I'd say personally, like kitten heels are most definitely my go-to right now because I'm not trying to wear 6-inch heels walking through downtown Raleigh, but I think they're very casual. You can wear them like going out. You can wear them kind of business casual too. Just a girls' night out, jeans, dresses, skirts. I think they're really versatile in that sense. So I really like them. I'm leaning towards the barely there kitten heels for sure.
I love that. I love that people are getting dressed up again and they're trying to add a little bit more of that sexy sandal to their outfit. I love the pointy toe. I love the slingback. I love the animal print, of course. And then, of course, like the crystal embellishments and the satin and the kind of bronze, silver and gold shoes. I'm ready for holiday, I guess. And I think that's really going to be super strong in fall and winter of December 2026.
I agree. And I think, like we said earlier, I think these are here to stay into many trend watches to come.
For sure. I agree.
Okay, next up we have boots. So many different boots. We're seeing a lot of, we talked about the zipped boot, that Chelsea boot. Sock, hunter boots, slouched, over the knee, riding, Western. Sandi, what's your go-to boot for this season?
I feel like you can't go wrong on any of these styles. And I think that people are showing just a wide assortment of boots right now. So yes, I'm surprised to see that the slouchy boot is back. I'm wondering if it's going to continue into next year. But for sure, the sock boot and the Chelsea boot and the kind of dressed up with a little bit of a block heel, I think that is here to stay for sure. Western boots, they just don't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. And we'll see about what happens with the over the knee, the really tall, sexy boot. We're showing it obviously with a big heel and also with kind of a smaller heel as well. But hunter boots, it's everywhere and it's fabulous on the East Coast, especially during, fall and winter seasons. Of course, I still see the Ugg boots as really strong. Shearling and line boots are really a strong category as well. But I just see every single category of boots staying strong in 2026.
Yeah, I completely agree. The boots that I've seen a lot are the sock boots with a shorter, like block heel, the zipped boots, and then the riding boots. Mm-hmm. Boots that I'm surprised are back are the slouchy boots. I overwore those back in 2014, in 2018. So the over the knee boot was like such a go-to. You think of Ariana Grande with a big sweatshirt and oversized. So I'm excited for that one to come back, especially with that kitten heel. And then also the Ugg boots. That's another one that I feel like a lot of the maybe younger generation is rocking and bringing back in, which I'm here for. Jolie, what do you think?
For sure. Piggybacking off of Uggs, I can't think of a year that Uggs weren't popular since I've been in like 5th grade, and that was a while ago. So I'm always here for Uggs. I don't think those are ever really going to go out of style, especially since they always kind of bring out like a new style. Like I know the Tasman was really popular, even though I wouldn't consider that a boot at this point. But I know in North Carolina, I think the riding boots are very, very popular. There's a lot of Eastern North North Carolinians that have horses, and they can wear them for style in that sense. And also shout out to Beyonce. I think she's part of the reason that Western is still kind of a thing right now. I still see people going and buying Western root boots, styling them. So I'd say the riding and Western, I think, are very, very popular down here and not going anywhere for some time.
That's great. I also noticed that, just Western music, that is really such a big trend right now. People are really interested in that genre of music. So I think that, like you said, they carry a lot of weight and they set the trends. I would also say I've seen a lot of like different styles, sorels with that duck boot bottom as really carrying on a strong trend as well. And suede, again, I see suede and animal print everywhere. So that's what's up in boots.
Love it. Well, we're actually going to continue to talk about suede and animal print. So let's move on to materials and details. You got a little preview of the suede. So we are seeing suede. We've talked about it through the whole episode. We are seeing it in everything from boat shoes to Mary Janes to heels to sneakers to boots. And you're seeing it everywhere. Do we think this is just a fall trend going into winter, or do we think it's going to carry into next year?
I think it's carrying over. I think it's it might take on a new level, but I think that suede is not going anywhere. I think it's really classic. It's stylish. It kind of screams craftsmanship in some way, shape, or form. And I love that it can carry into all the different categories of footwear.
I agree. I do think it'll carry over into 2026, but I do think it'll die out a lot quicker than what we're expecting. I think I see more of like the suede boots we have in the top left corner. I think I see that more than anything. But other than that, I don't really see suede all that much. I see it, but not as much as other things for sure. So I think it'll die out kind of quick.
Okay. Okay, next up, let's talk about animal print and patent leather. So animal print is one of those patterns that we've seen over and over again. At this time, it's iconic, it's timeless. We're not only seeing it with footwear, but we're also seeing it in denim. We're seeing it with dresses, like also apparel. I personally love the animal print, like the cheetah print, and I have boots that I bought several years ago that are the snake skin print, and I'm going to rock them this season because they're back. They're still in. So I'm super excited about that. I see it everywhere, from dinner to casual to at football games. So I think it's something that is a fun play on like a classic style. What about you, Jolie? What do you think?
No, yeah, I agree. Anything cheetah print, I feel like is kind of timeless. It always catches my eye. So I'm all down for anything cheetah print, piggybacking off of the snake skin. I think that's always really cute. And believe it or not, I like it a lot on accessories, a little bit more than shoes. But I do think it is really, really popular. It's still here. And then that patent leather, I see it a lot in boots and heels. Like we said, it can be casual. It can also be on a night out. But I think we'll start to see it a little bit more in boots, and the patent leather kind of boots, especially as we approach the colder months, I think are pretty popular for sure.
I agree. I love patent. I think the animal print is definitely strong and going to continue. Different prints, of course, evolving, each season. But I'm a big patent leather fan on my loafers and my Mary Janes and my boots. They're easy to care for. And I love it. I think it's shiny and classic, and I find myself kind of leaning in that direction when I'm trying to get dressed up a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely elevates the whole outfit. Okay, last but not least, I can't believe we're already to the last slide. We have embellishments and details. Sandi, I know you love this.
I love this because it just adds a little pizzazz to what you're wearing, right? Like we talked about. And this was really evident in all of the trends that we've seen, so far during this presentation. But the strappy sandals with a little floral embellishment, or the studs, or, the crystals, the sneakers, everybody's putting different laces and studs and things on their sneakers that are making a little bit more customized. You see on the Mary Janes that, the fun crystal buckles and straps. I love all of this. I think it's very much a personal choice, and I think it's really exciting in footwear.
I totally agree. If you were to pick, Sandi and Jolie, if you were to pick one thing out of like embellishments and details, what would you choose?
I'd say the shoe charms. I'm really, really on that. You guys know I'm a little bit more on the sneaker side of things. And I got this pair of like Valentine's Day Jordan 4s, and they put like this nice little red jewel on it. I honestly think the charm on the shoe alone made me buy it. Like, I really like those, and I do see a lot of people popping up and kind of offering opportunities to create your own shoe charms, kind of personalize your shoe. So I definitely lean towards that side.
I love that. I love that charms are like coming back in such a big way on both footwear and on bags and accessories too. And people are having a lot of fun with it, like we talked about. But I like the studs too. I think that's a lot of fun on this shoe here that we're showing, and I like it on a boot as well. So I think that's my go-to as well. Christie?
I love the crystals. I love anything that's sparkly and that's going to pop. I think on a stiletto, it looks amazing. I probably wouldn't wear them on Ugg boots, but definitely, actually, that's not true. I have had sparkly Ugg boots. But I love the crystals. I love it on the heel. I love it on the Mary Janes. So that would be my choice.
Right. And I also noticed like the shearling that used to be just for the outside of a boot. Now they're kind of on the inside of the boot. Now I see them very much present on the outside of shoes. And I think that's a lot of fun too. And it makes things look a little bit more comfortable and cozy in the winter. And I like that trend as well. I think that about wraps it up for today's Trend Watch. Christie, you did a great job of pulling this all together for us so that we can share with all of our listeners what we're seeing today and what we're thinking is going to be strong into 2026. So thank you, Jolie, and thank you, Christie, for joining me today on this season of FFANY Trend Watch.
Thank you so much, Sandi. Thanks, Jolie.
Yes, thank you guys. Always great.
Shoe In has been brought to you by the FDRA, the Footwear Industries Association focused on retail, trade, politics, and fashion, helping create and enhance conversations on all things footwear. For information about FDRA, visit fdra.org.